Well, Jim, we've been talking to students who live in the area all evening, and they described just some tense moments earlier. Now, earlier, law enforcement officers spending hours sweeping this campus, and tonight, we know one student is recovering from a gunshot wound.
It's been terrifying. I mean, just to think that they're all our age and that this active situation was happening, and there must have been so much fear.
Chopper 4 overhead after a dramatic scene plays out at the Naval Academy in Annapolis. Sources telling NBC News a midshipman was shot by a member of law enforcement as they responded to reports of a threat.
The two of us were sitting right outside of our house, and we were just reading because we had class this evening, or we were supposed to. And we heard the emergency alerts just start to go off just right there.
We hear a speaker from across the street just saying, "Attention, attention," and then words like lockdown, and that kind of stuff.
Students told to shelter in place as heavily armed officers descended on the academy. The base going on lockdown just after 5 p.m. A source telling NBC News a midshipman who'd been kicked out made a threat on social media using an IP address appearing to come from the campus. And during the lockdown, a student who was taking cover mistook a member of law enforcement for the threat, hitting them with the training weapon and prompting the officer to open fire.
And we were talking to our neighbors because they're from out of town, and they were like, "Is this normal?" And we thought it was just, we hear a lot of drills around here. And then so we kind of stayed outside for a bit, and then we got an email from our campus police actually saying it was not a drill. And then we all got onto the Nextdoor app and we saw that it was not a drill. And then we went inside and locked all the doors and the windows and everything.
At last update, that midshipman is expected to survive. A U.S. Navy official says they were injured as naval security forces were clearing the building, and they're in stable condition.
It's terrifying. I think it speaks to a larger issue that's going on in our country right now, and I think that all of us as the youth of this country need to stand together and build a larger message just portraying that this is not okay and it's not acceptable and it's not something that should continue.
And so back out here live. Now, earlier there was a huge law enforcement presence here on this campus. And over the last few hours, we have watched things slowly return to normal. Earlier this evening, the governor's office releasing a statement saying there is no credible threat here to the Naval Academy. And of course, we will continue to follow this story as it develops. Reporting live in Annapolis, Walter Morris, News 4.
Just a frightening evening for folks there. Walter, thank you so much.